Mickey's Speedway USA is one of the few American-released N64 titles to make use of the Transfer Pak. The Transfer Pak functionality in Mickey's Speedway USA acts similarly to the Transfer Pak use in Perfect Dark, which makes sense because both games were developed by Rare. And I'll leave a link in the description on my video on Perfect Dark's Transfer Pak use if you wanted to learn more. So, how does the TP function work and what does it unlock? First, you'll need a copy of Mickey's Speedway USA on Gameboy Color. Then simply insert it into the Transfer Pak, plug it into controller 1, and turn on the N64 version. Oddly, it took 3 attempts for the N64 game to register the connection to the Gameboy Color version, so keep resetting if you can't get it to work. But when the connection is made, the player is greeted with this cutscene of Huey joining the roster before the game transitions to the main menu. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, the triplet nephews of Scrooge McDuck of DuckTales fame. One is red, one is blue, and one is green. I can never keep them all straight, but Huey is the red one and one of the fastest racers in the game, but suffers with slow acceleration. So this unlockable racer isn't the best, but I personally found his balance of speed and control to be comfortable. Personally, Huey is one of my go-to playable racers here in this N64 version. And I took the time to unlock Dewey and Louie here so you can see how the triplets differ in race stats. While I appreciate this quirkily unlockable DLC by connecting the handheld version to the console version, I can't help but scratch my head. The thing is, there's no mention of Transfer Pak functionality anywhere on the box art or the instruction manual for both games. Normally the Transfer Pak icon is printed on the front of N64 boxes, and there might be a mention of it at least in the instruction manual. But no, there's zero mention of this feature. I'm not sure how word of this connection was released into the world. I'm guessing there was a Nintendo Power article or something, which leads me to believe this link feature was included at the last minute of development. Think about it. Huey is simply a palette swap of Dewey and Louie. They don't need any extra voice recording and no extra animations are needed. So it makes sense to make a triplet be the bonus unlockable character, as only one extra character tile needs to be copy-pasted on the racer selection screen. However, the last-minute development idea extends further with an overlooked detail in the race-ending trophy scene. If you notice, Huey makes a cameo in the background. So if you win as Huey, there will oddly be 2 Hueys in this scene. But the good news is, once Huey is unlocked, he gets saved to the N64 cart, so you don't need to use the Transfer Pak each time. Mario Kart 64 and Diddy Kong Racing, which was also created by Rare, are way better racing games than Mickey's Speedway USA. And when you have those 2 games, this Disney racer seems like a horribly cheap, generic, and somewhat rushed version in comparison. Especially since Mickey's game was released long after Mario Kart and Diddy Kong Racing's release. But credit must be given for including such a feature, even if it is a little weird, nothing super special, and isn't even reliable. On the other hand, the Game Boy Color version is actually not terrible, plays better than you think, and is loaded with features just like the handheld version of Perfect Dark. There is a robust single-player mode that mimics the item and scoring system of Mario Kart. 2 players can compete using a link cable, and there's an option to print unlockable postcards using the Game Boy printer. And data can be swapped using the IR port, which unlocks a secret track. Even with the cheap AI, I think I might actually prefer the handheld version over this console version. Finally, if you wanted to race as Huey in the N64 game without using a Transfer Pak, a ROM hack is available that installs Huey by default. No Transfer Pak trickery required. But what do you think? Have you ever played Mickey's Speedway USA? Have you ever used the Transfer Pak? And which episode of DuckTales is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. And for tons more weird linkable content, see the links to my dedicated playlists in the description. I also have a Patreon if you want to help support my quest in documenting these obscure features, because buying old games and hardware for these videos is getting expensive. Until next time, thank you for watching and game on!